the global south can now imagine a new world where nations can cooperate and trade on mutually acceptable terms. With BRICS countries, we can enter into economic cooperation without any fear of strategic considerations of certain powerful states coming in between the mutually agreed economic and trade arrangements. Your Excellencies, given that BRICS stands for alliance with our vision of multilateral institutions, I am publicly announcing that South Sudan is interested in joining the bloc, subject to meeting criteria set by the organization. Like other states that have expressed their interest in joining this organization, we hope that BRICS will become for us the institution that believes in and cherish sovereign equality of states, not only in words, but also in its practices. As a young country with numerous development-related challenges, South Sudan will be looking at BRICS alternative financial system as an avenue to borrow from, to fast-track roads building, boost agricultural production, and in the long term, build its industrial and manufacturing capacity. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much. It's now my honor to call upon Her Excellency, President Samia Suluhu, President of the United Republic of Tanzania.
Your Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa, heads of state and government of BRICS member states, fellow heads of states and governments of the African Union member countries, ladies and gentlemen, it is both a pleasure and an honor to join you in this beautiful city of Johannesburg for the 15th BRICS Summit. Mr. Chairman, allow me to use this brief time allotted to me to applaud you members of the BRICS for keeping this association going since its establishment in 2009. Indeed, the international challenges that inspired the creation of BRICS have evolved, and one may say to the worse. Henceforth, in the face of the poly crisis and rising global uncertainty, there is a great need to have a meaningful dialogue that seeks to find common solutions to common challenges. That's why I welcome and commend the selection of the theme for this dialogue. I'm very optimistic that this dialogue will advance deliberations geared toward resolving the complex challenges which our countries are facing both individually and collectively. Excellencies, one aspect which I personally consider critical in the course of the dialogue is the call to redouble efforts and take concrete actions to address the North-South divide so as to deepen strategic, financial, trade, investment, and economic partnerships based on a just international economic order. It is gratifying, however, to note that amidst these challenges, the BRICS offer a possibility of coming up with a more equitable, balanced, and fair mechanism to deal with an international economic order that has thus far remained unattainable and an elusive aspiration. It is on these grounds that BRICS African Partnership needs to focus on unlocking potential opportunities on the continent towards realization of both Agenda 2063 and the Sustainable Development Goals, which includes the operationalization of African Free Trade Area. Forging ahead, Tanzania envisages the BRICS African Partnership that supports African endeavors in promoting and strengthening regional value chains, and furthermore, partnership that can promote or help African producers to be able to gain access to broader export markets. Excellencies, the second issue which I wish to underscore is the continued relevance and the validity of multilateralism. I note with satisfaction that this has been captured in the theme of this summit. Indeed, multilateralism stands as the major tool in addressing most of global geopolitical challenges. And in this regard, as we convene in multilateral fora such as this one, we should not lessen our efforts to strengthen the United Nations. At its 78th years of existence, it remains the sole body with universal membership. And so, Tanzania, at this point, would wish to reiterate this, in the strongest voice on the need to reform the UN Security Council to make it fairly representative, effective, and reflective of the current geopolitical realities. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I would wish to commend the Republic of South Africa for the excellent hosting of this summit. I should also commend the BRICS countries for their efforts geared toward the advancement of the South-South as well as the African agenda for growth, development, and integration. It is Tanzania's hope that African issues and concerns, as well as priorities, will continue to feature in the upcoming BRICS engagements. The United Republic of Tanzania is and remains a staunch supporter of multilateralism, more inclusive and fair global system, a well-functioning financial architecture, and a deeper South-South cooperation. This regard to remain a true friend and partner of BRICS in all its interventions. I thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Please accept my apology. I have to step out for a while. Deputy President Paul Mashatile, Deputy President of South Africa, will take the meeting forward as I now call upon His Excellency Dr. Joseph Dion Ngute, Prime Minister of the Republic of Cameroon.
Your Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa, your brother and counterpart, the Head of State of Cameroon, His Excellency Paul Biya, received your kind invitation to attend the 15th BRICS Summit here in Johannesburg. The Head of State would have liked to be here in person, but owing to a prior engagement, he has asked me to represent him. I hereby take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to you, to your government, and to the friendly people of South Africa for the very warm welcome given to us since we arrived here, and of course, of the excellent arrangements you've made for this summit. At this moment, I would like to pay a vibrant tribute to the leaders of BRICS, Their Excellencies, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva of the Federative Republic of Brazil, Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation, Narendra Modi of the Republic of India, whom we heartily congratulate for the successful landing of the space vessel on the south side of the moon. Excellency Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China, and of course our host Cyril Ramaphosa of the Republic of South Africa. I wish to emphasize that Cameroon has excellent cooperation ties with each of your countries. Your Excellencies, Head of State and Government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Further to the 14th BRICS Summit held in Beijing, China, in June 2022, which affirmed the ambition to foster a high-quality partnership between the BRICS and open up a new era for global development. The BRICS leaders are at this 15th summit discussing the BRICS Africa partnership for mutually accelerated growth, sustainable development, and inclusive multilateralism. The challenge is to ensure that we continue to work together to build solidarity around the core values that motivated the establishment of this important group. Our world is currently facing many challenges, including, amongst others, insecurity, terrorism, climate change, cybercrime, the militarization of space, and the malicious use of social media. Faced with these global challenges, the hopes and expectations of our people continue to grow. Individually, countries are finding it difficult